Okay, good morning class.
Morning, sir.
Okay, so good morning grade 12 students. So I am your teacher. I am Rafi B. Kaloy and I am your teacher for this business mathematics. So last meeting, we discussed about the prior discussion, and this morning let's proceed to another topic. But before anything else, I would like first to have a rule during my discussion. So during my discussion, I don't want to say anyone who is talking while I am discussing. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And then second, when I'm going to ask question, do not answer me in chorus. Just raise your right hand. I'm going to call you for your opinion or your question. Understood?
Yes,
Okay, so this morning, we're going to proceed to another topic which is related, of course, to business mathematics that is very related for your strand. So last meeting, who among you here can recall what we discussed last meeting?
Sir,
Okay, Gemma.
about the mean, median, and mode.
Okay, so last meeting we discussed about the mean, the median, and mode of ungroup data, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how about the mean? How are you going to solve for the mean of ungroup data?
Sir,
Yes, Alvelu.
i-add ang tanang data din, i-divide sa total number of frequencies.
Okay, very good. So if you are going to solve the mean, so all you have to do is just to add all the data and divide it by the number or the total number of frequencies. Very good. So how about how we are going to solve the median? Yes, Angelica.
Get the middlemost.
Okay, so you're going to find the middlemost. But of course, if the data is disarranged or not yet arranged, all you have to do first is to arrange it first and find the middlemost number. Okay, how about the mode?
Kuan, pangitaon ang most...
Okay, yes, Shabilita, do not answer me in chorus.
Ay, sorry, sir. Pangitaon ang most repeated number.
Okay, so in finding or in solving the mode, all you have to do is just to identify the most repeated number. So any question about what we discussed last meeting?
None, sir.
Okay, so that's good. So this morning, we're going to move for another topic which is... Okay, kindly read everybody our topic this morning.
The mean of group data.
Okay, so remember, we have ungroup data. So do you know that there's also a what we call ungroup data?
Yes, sir.
Oh wow. Why did you say so, Gemma? Okay, anyone? Okay. So we have already we also have the mean of ungroup group data. Diba last meeting we discussed about the ungroup data. Ungroup data is just a number of data. This is the data which is not yet ordered or that is not yet put into a table. But this mean of ungroup data is arranged by the table which we have the frequency, we have the class interval, we have the midpoint, and that is the I know that we discussed already about the definition of that group and ungroup data last meeting, but I hope that you already know that there is also ungroup and group data. Understand, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so before anything else, let me present first our objectives this morning. Okay, Angelica, can you read the first competence, the first objective?
Enumerate the steps in calculating the mean.
Okay, yes, Gemma, the second objective.
Appreciate the importance of the mean in real-life situations.
How about the third one, Anvilu?
Solve the mean of the given group data.
Okay, so at the end of this discussion, I am expecting that all of you can enumerate the steps in calculating the mean, appreciate the importance of the mean in real-life situations, and solve the mean of given group data. So all you have to do is just to enumerate the steps because there are steps in solving the mean for group data. So after this discussion, I'm expecting that all of you can enumerate the steps. And the second one, we have also the appreciate the importance of the mean in real life situation. So all you have to do is just to, after this discussion, you can appreciate the importance of solving mean or in defining mean in real life situation. The third one, we have the solve the mean of the group given data. So of course, after this one, I am expecting that all of you can solve individually the mean for group data. So question about the objectives.
None, sir.
Okay, so before anything else, in solving the mean of group data, we have also this what we call formula. So everyone kindly look at the board, and we have this formula. So this symbol, x bar, that symbolizes the mean. So we have mean is equal to summation of f times n, f times m over n. So where this f is, that is the frequency, and this m is what we call the midpoint, and this n is that what we call the total number of frequencies. So by discussing it, you can identify it easily using our given example. Sorry. Okay, so in solving the mean of a group data, we have also the steps that you must be followed in order for you to solve the given mean, the given group data. So we have here the steps. Okay, so there are 4 steps in calculating mean for ungroup data. Okay, Chabelita, kindly read the first step.
Get the midpoint of each interval.
Okay, Gemma, second.
Get the product of the frequency and midpoint.
Rexel, the third one.
Get the sum of all the values of the frequencies and f times n.
Okay, very good. So Jilin, the last one.
Use the formula.
Okay, so the first step is all you have to do is just to get the midpoint of each interval. So in solving the midpoint, you're going to use this formula. Okay, so we have the formula for this midpoint. We have lower limit plus okay, so in solving the midpoint, we have this. Okay, we have this specific formula which is lower limit plus upper limit is equal to 2. So you can identify what is lower limit, and you can define what is upper limit after this definition. So I will give example. And then the second step we have the get the product of the frequency and midpoint, and then get the sum of all the values of the frequencies and f times m, and then use the formula. So example. Okay, so we have here the group data. Okay, so we have the class interval, we have the frequency, we have the midpoint, and we have f times m. So the given, we only have the second column, which is only the given. We have the class interval and the frequency. So this class interval, we have a range of number, like for example 20 to 24. So this is the first range, and then up to the last one. So this class interval, these are the class intervals, and then the first number of the class interval is what we call the lower limit, and then this one, the second one, is what we call the upper limit. So this is the lower limit, the upper limit, and then so on. So question about the class interval.
None, sir.
Okay. Also, we have given frequency. So this is given. We have the frequency 2, 6, 9, 10, 12, 7, and 4. Okay, so in solving this one, we're going to use the given step. Okay, we have get the midpoint of each interval. So from this class interval, we're going to find the midpoint and add it on the third column. So like for example, we have here. So from our class interval, we have 20 and 24. So the lower limit is 20, and then plus 24 divided by 2 because we have two class intervals. So 20 plus 24 is 44 divided by 2. That is why our midpoint is 22. Question?
None, sir.
None. Okay. So for our f times m, all you have to do is just to get the product of f times m, which is our second step. Like get the product of the frequency and the midpoint. So just multiply the f and m. So we have here 2 times 22. That is why we have here 44. Question?
None, sir.
Okay, so who wants to volunteer for the second class interval?
Sir.
Okay, Gemma on the board. Together with the f times m. Together with the f times m. Okay, so explain your answer.
Answer, ano siya, 25 plus 29 divided by 2, mong 9, 27.
Okay, very good.
Ayun, kani kay 27 times 6, mali na yung result na 150.
Okay, very good. So who wants to solve for the third class interval? Okay, yes, Angelica. Okay, explain your answer.
Answer, 30 plus 34 divide 2 equals 32. Then, times ang 32 og 9 mga ito is 8.
Okay, very good. So the fourth class interval, okay, Cha, habilita. Okay, explain your answer.
35 plus 39 divided by 2, mao 937. Then kani siya ang 370 kay gikan siya sa 10 times 37.
Okay, very good. So, the fifth interval. Okay, very good. So, okay, Alvilo again. Okay, so how about the sixth interval? Okay, Gemma? Okay, explain your answer.
45 plus 49 divided by 2 is equal to 47. Dahil 47 times 7, mao na siya result sa f times m na 330.
Okay, very good. And then, okay, the last one. Okay, Angelica. Okay, explain your answer.
15 plus 54 divide 2, mga ni siya 52. Then, ang 16, times ang 4 og 52.
Okay, very good. So, for our, for example, the second interval, so we have 25 to 29. And then we have the frequency is 6. So, in finding the midpoint, all you have to do is just to add the lower limit, which is 25, plus the upper limit, which is 29, and then divided by 2. That is why we have 27. And then, f times m, so 6 times 27, we have 162. So all your answers are correct. Any question about the second step?
Answer.
Okay, very good. So the third step, we have get the sum of all the values of the frequencies and f times m. When we say get the sum, so atuwa siyang i-add tanang frequencies ug ato pong i-add tanang value ni f times m. So we have here the f. So all you have to do is add all these frequencies and then add all the data also of f times m. So who can add or who can sum the frequencies? Okay, yes, Angelica. Okay, just say your answer.
The total of the frequency is 50, sir.
Okay, we have 50 because 2 plus 6, 8
8,
plus 9,
17,
17 plus 10,
27,
27 plus 12,
13,
yes, 39, 39 plus 7,
46,
46 plus 4.
50.
Okay, so that is why we have 50. So, any question about the frequencies?
None, sir.
Okay, so all you have to do, okay, we have here 50. So, I'm going to write it on the board. Okay, so our frequencies is equal to, the total number of frequencies is
50.
Okay. Okay, how about f times m? Who can sum? Yes, Gemma.
Answer 1,913.
1,913.
913.
Why do you say so? Okay. Imo siyang gi-add tanan?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
so we have 44 plus 162.
206.
206 plus 288.
494.
494. 494 plus 370.
864.
864. 864 plus 504.
1,368.
Okay, 1,368 plus 329.
1,697.
1,697 plus 216.
1,913.
Very good. That is why we have 1,916. So our f times m, so we have summation of frequencies and summation of f times m, we have 1,000.
930.
Okay, very good. So you can use your calculator. Okay, so question about the third step.
None, sir.
None. Okay, very good. So we have the fourth step. We have, okay, you are going to use the formula. Okay, again, Angelica, what is the formula?
X bar
X bar or mean,
X mean.
that is mean.
I mean equals summation of F times M over N.
Okay, very good. So the formula we have, okay, so here, okay, so X bar is equal to summation of F times M over
N.
N. Okay, so from our numerator, we have summation of F times M. Did we sum already the F times M?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is the summation of F times M?
1,930.
Okay, so that is why we're going to substitute it by 1,930.
13.
And then what is N stands for total number of frequencies. So we summed already the number of frequencies, which is 50. Okay, what is the next step? Yes, Gemma.
I-divide ang 1,913 o 50.
Okay, so 1,913 divided by 50, we have
38.26.
38.26. So our mean of that group data is 38.26. So any question?
None, sir.
Okay, any question?
None, sir.
Okay, very good. Did you really understand?
Yes, sir.
Any question? Any clarification?
Wala na, sir.
Wala na, John.
Yes.
Okay, so are you familiar already the fourth step?
Yes, sir.
Okay, again, Gemma, what is the first step?
Get the midpoint of each interval.
Angelica, the second step.
Get the product of the frequency and midpoint.
And then the third step, Gemma.
Get the sum of all the values of the frequencies and F times M.
Okay, Rexel, for the last one.
Use the formula.
Okay, what is the formula?
Mean equals summation of F times M over N.
Okay, so in your future, we're going. I know that someday you will go to college. So if you can encounter this symbol, which is X bar, that is automatic the mean. So without hesitation, just already, or just, it is very understandable that is already mean. Any question?
Sir.
Okay, you want another example?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here in the board, okay, so this is very easy example, so I know that you can do it. Okay, so we have the class interval. We have 3 class intervals, which is 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and 5 to 6. And of course, we have the 3 frequencies, which is 2 and 3 and 4. So who can do the first step? Again, the first step, get the midpoint of each interval. Okay, Gemma. Okay, make a column. Okay, fill everything. Answer. Because get only the midpoint. Okay, label it. Name it, midpoint. We have frequency and we have, of course. Just write M. Okay, very good. Okay, don't make another column. Okay, very good. Okay, so we have the midpoint. We have 0, 3.5, and 5.5. Because, what did you do, Gemma?
Gi-add ang class interval,
Which is?
ang lower ug ang upper.
Yes.
Dayon gi-divide og
Divide of
2.
2. So, 1 plus 2, 3.
3.
Divided by 2. Okay, so we got the wrong answer. So, change it. Okay, don't use your hand. Use the eraser. That is 2. Okay. Okay, so we have 1 plus 2, 3. Divided by 2, we have 1.5. Okay, very good. And then 3 plus 4, 7. Divided by 2, 3.5. Very good. 5 plus 6, 11. Divided by 2, 5.5. Okay, any question about midpoint?
None.
Okay, who can do the second step, which is get the product of the frequency and midpoint? Oh, sorry. Okay, so you made the fourth column, which is F times M. So what did you do, Angelica?
Ang f of m 30 times.
So we have 2 times.
1.5.
We have
3.
3 times 3.5.
10.5.
And then 4 times
5.5.
we have
22.
22. Okay, very good. Okay, next step. The third step is get the sum of all the values of the frequencies and F times M. So who can sum the frequency and the F times M? Okay, Gemma. Just make an equal here. Not midpoint, the F. Okay, explain your answer.
So, gi-add ang 2, 3, o 4, mao 9, 9. Then, sa kanang F times M po, gi-add ang 3, 10.5, dayon 22. So, mao 9, 35.5.
Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, how about the fourth step? Of course, use the formula. Okay, Angelica. Okay, explain your answer. Okay, just here. Stay here. On the left side.
Then, ang gikuha, di ba, gikuha na nato ang F times M kanina. Mao na
Yes.
total 35.5. Then, ang total frequency is 9. So, ang 35.5 divide ng 9, mao ni siya nakuha nato 3.9.
That is why the mean is 3 point.
3.9.
Okay, very good. So let's give them a big clap. Okay, any question in solving the mean of group data?
None, sir.
Okay, so kindly arrange your chairs properly. Okay, so pick up some pieces of paper. Okay, very good. So any question?
None, sir.
Okay, now class. Okay, so what is the important, why we need to solve, or why we need to solve a mean of group data? So what is the usage this in our real life situation? So anyone who can share
Sir.
his or her idea? Okay, Gemma.
Sir, di ba ang mean is one of the measures of central tendency.
Yes.
So kung mayroon taog measures of central tendency, kinahanglan nga panubayon nato ang center. So
Yes.
in reality po, so we have to know the center of our living. It could be our family, ato ang friends ba, or some important persons tong life, or even God. So that is why we are motivated nga magkinarong og eskwela, manginabuhi og insakto.
Okay, very good. So, mean is one of the measures of central tendency. And in solving the mean, we're going to solve for average. And then for the median is the middlemost. And then of course, the mode is the most repeated number. So it talks about the measures of central tendency. So in real life situation, you must know who are the center, why you went to school studying very hard, of course, for your family, for God, and for friends to be successful someday. Okay, very good. So anyone who has another question? Is there another question?
None, sir.
Clarification.
Nan.
Do you really understand the discussion?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I know that you can enumerate the steps, and of course you know how to solve already the mean of group data. So next meeting, we have to solve the mean of the median. We have to solve the median, the mode of ungrouped data. But of course, this morning, you know already how to solve the measures of central tendency, which is first the mean. Okay, very good. So that's all for today. Thank you.